Let's dive into something that is crucial for every single coach out there, and that is getting clients. But not just any clients, a consistent stream of the right ones. Because if you've been in the game long enough, you know there's a massive difference between getting dream clients that you love to work with and that you can't believe you're getting paid to do this for a living. And then there are bad fit clients that are like energy vampires that just drain the life out of you. And if we play our cards right, we might even make getting dream clients feel effortless over time. Now, I've been fortunate enough to work with over 198 clients and counting, but let me tell you, it hasn't always been smooth sailing. There have been seasons in my business where I felt like getting clients was like pushing a boulder uphill. You know the feeling, right? Where you're doing everything for everyone, posting all of the things, following all of the rules, and still feel like you're getting freaking nowhere. But then there were seasons, other seasons, where I was like, oh man, things felt like I was in some kind of sweet spot where I managed to bring in 20 clients in just 45 days. And it felt like everything was freaking clicking, like I had cracked some kind of secret code. Now, let me tell you, going from where I felt like I was broke, not making much money, always stressed out, to being booked out, to feeling sought after and in demand, and feeling confident with being able to get clients. Again, it wasn't easy. Let me take you back to where it all began. It was September 28th, 2019, and I was bouncing between $5,000 and $15,000 a month, but it was inconsistent and it was stressful and it was honestly burning me out like really bad. I was posting content and I had grown a little bit of a following. I was doing, quote unquote, pretty well by other people's standards, but I knew I had way more in the tank. And what was killing me was the inconsistency of getting clients, where like one month I would be like, wow, I have calls booked and I have people coming in. And the other month I was like, wah. I was like, why can't I freaking make this thing work? And I felt like just honestly throwing in the towel and giving up. Something was off, but I wasn't sure what. At the time, I was an online fitness coach, so I was posting workouts, inspirational quotes, and other kind of helpful spray and pray type advice. But still, even though I was getting on some of my posts hundreds of likes, it wasn't bringing me the clients that I wanted to work with consistently enough. And the clock was ticking because this was my only source of income and it was my only option. And I knew it was possible because I saw other people around me on the internet and other groups that I was in. I saw them doing it. But if I couldn't figure out how to get a consistent income coming in, if I couldn't figure out how to get clients coming in consistently, I'd have to go get like a sales job or go back to working at the gym like I used to. And I wouldn't be able to support my family the way I wanted to. And so the clock was ticking. I had tried freaking everything. And then one day I woke up in the morning, obviously, and I looked at my phone and there were literally hundreds of notifications. And I was like, is something broken? I was like, this has to be a glitch. And so I looked and I had all of these DMs. I had all these people like reaching out to me. And I was like, what in the world? And so I looked at the posts that people were responding to, and I didn't really think much of it at the time. I didn't think that when I made the post, it was really that special. But I started to study the post that I made, and I asked myself, what about this post created these kinds of results? And so I realized it was probably a few different things that I was like throwing at the wall at the time. It was like freaking throwing spaghetti at the wall. So I tried to do something similar again, and I made another post in the same thing. And in 30 days, I closed 11 clients and made $33,383 that month. And so feeling on fire, as you can imagine, I decided to double down, all chips on the table. And so I developed this posting framework, this which I'll walk you through here in just a second, this posting framework in this, I didn't know it at the time, but what I now call the content ecosystem that nobody else seems to be doing. And I put it into a very specific format and it kept working. It kept working so well that people started asking me, how are you getting all of these clients? And so I decided to document what I was doing into a system. And I now call this whole system the content conversion system. I know, super fancy name, but it's just, you put out content and it converts. Makes sense, right? And so over the last couple of years, we've been able to generate over 4,000 leads organically, non-paid. 1,000 calls booked, in a total between my fitness business and my marketing business, 472 clients. And within the marketing business, I've worked with right around 198 people. And so by accident, I had figured out how not only to hit this, elusive at the time. I was like, I got to hit this 30K per month. I don't freaking know why, but that was my target at the time. And not only was I able to hit that and surpass that, but I found out how to do it consistently, and it didn't require me to do a whole bunch of posting, paid ads. It didn't, or like all this other gimmicky shit. And so in 90 days from that time, I'd realized, oh my God, I was never going to have to struggle to book calls. I was never going to have to struggle to get new clients ever again. And I had realized that I essentially had a license to print money as long as I had a social media account and an email login, which I'm going to explain more about the email login in just a second. Most importantly, I now had a way of getting it all to come to me, which framed me as the go-to expert instead of the guy who was always chasing everybody. This meant I could book calls and I can enroll new clients essentially on demand. And that's what allowed me to step into becoming an in-demand coach in my niche, the coach that I knew that I was meant to be. And now it's my mission to help other online coaches be able to become in demand, because I believe you deserve to have a simpler, more consistent way to get your business to where you're really proud of it, to where you have people coming to you because they see you as the go-to expert. So if you've ever thought, like, this has to be easier, you're 100% right. So with that said, let's dive into 3 essential elements that I've learned for creating consistent clients in your business. So let me share with you these 3 things that turned everything around for me. These 3 elements helped me go from struggling to make ends meet to building multiple 6-figure coaching businesses. So the first element is you're going to choose a primary social channel. The first thing you need is a social channel that you're laser focused on. And when I say focused, I mean like 99% of your energy should be going into this one platform. For me, this platform has been Facebook. I've dabbled with Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and stuff over the years, but Facebook has been the one that I've chosen to go all in on. And why I love Facebook, because I get this question. I actually prefer to be on Instagram more, so maybe one day I'll move over to Instagram. But why I've loved Facebook and how it's helped me is it allows for both long form, medium form, short form content, right? You could put reels up there, you could do short form like color background posts, you could do medium form written posts, you could do live trainings and stuff in there. So it was really simple, and it's really easy to get new friends and followers for free. Like, you don't have to pay for ads. You can just find like really good groups or collaborations and things, and it's easy to drive traffic to your page. And it's great for moving people to other platforms like your email list. You might be thinking, but Jason, I'm on every platform. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? And I get it. Like, I've been there. I'm not going to go into that today. Just trust me, pick one and dominate it. Creating a client acquisition flywheel, if you will, you have to make your chosen platform work for you. So you need to have a traffic strategy first on that platform. So if you're on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So on Facebook, there are 3, or Facebook or Instagram, right? There's going to be 3 main ways to grow. You got organic growth. You've got collaborations that you could do with other people that serve your audience. This has been a big thing that I've used to grow. And then you have paid growth, where you can actually pay for, you can boost content, you can boost posts, you can pay for ads, right? So once you have your traffic strategy in place, you want to have 2 forms of content on your chosen platform. So these are going to be like short, and I'm gonna bucket short and medium form content together. And that, when I say short or medium form, I'm referring to either like reel. You want to have a mix of like short form, like reels, or like the just like short punchy post, right? Like Twitter style posts or color background posts, right? And medium could be just like written posts that you're doing, like, on Instagram it would be like a photo and captions or carousels, right? On Facebook it would be like an image and just a caption, like a written post. And that's going to be like connection, where you want to be able to connect with people with your values, what you stand for, what you stand against, your beliefs, your lifestyle, things like that. You have influence content, to where you're shifting people's perspectives around commonly held misconceptions or mistakes or false beliefs that your audience may have. You have authority content, to where you're showing social proof, you're maybe teaching your audience insights, things like that are going to be helpful for them, so they view you as the expert. And then you have conversion content, which we'll get more into in a second. But this is where you're posting more call to action driven content, to where you're directing people to lead magnets, live trainings, workshops, or promotional cycles into your actual offer, right? And then so you have short and medium form content on the platform. Then you have long form content. And so there's 2 ways we do long form content, and we're going to break down the first way in just a second. But we do 1 to 2 YouTube videos a week, where we're moving our social channel, like our Facebook people, to YouTube, so we can provide them better, like more in-depth, better quality content like this. And we'll do 1 to 2 workshops a month where we're inviting our social media, like our Facebook audience, to our workshops, and then we're able to provide them more coaching, more in-depth content to just help them get results in advance. And so why do we want to do this? Why do we want to include this long form content? Trust isn't built over time, it's built through the amount of content someone consumes from you. Does that make sense? And so short form content like reels, carousels, or even like written posts, it's great for grabbing attention. It's great for providing little nuggets of wisdom to people, but it takes a lot more than 30-second clips or somebody reading like 30 to 60 seconds of a post for them to feel comfortable handing over thousands of dollars to you. And that's where long form content comes in. And so when you can leverage long form content, it allows people to go deeper with you. It allows you to go deeper with your audience. And, on these workshops, like you're able to just to coach people and they get a taste of who you are as the coach, as the expert. And this allows people to get results from you way more than you could provide them in like short or medium form content. And they get to have a taste of if they want to work with you or not. And so most of our clients come because of our long form content, especially our workshops, which I'll talk more about in a second. But let's go ahead, let's dive into this element number 2 now that I've kind of like, let's address the elephant in the room. Long form content is most easily done through YouTube. And so you want to leverage YouTube for long form content. YouTube is your secret weapon for building authority faster. Now, over the last like 3 years, I've combined YouTube and a podcast. You don't need to do that. That requires a bit more. There's more editing and things to it. Not super complicated. But if you're just getting started, YouTube is so freaking easy. Like you could just create a video. Literally, you could do it on your phone. You could put it up on social media on your YouTube. You don't even need fancy thumbnails. You don't need fancy editing on it. Like literally, you could just put a video up. In fact, if you look back at some of my past videos that I've done here lately, they're just Loom videos. So I'm literally creating Loom videos, and a lot of them are clients ask me questions, and so I just make a video and I make it so I could put it on YouTube. So it could be really, really quick. And what these videos do is it allows people to go deeper with you in less time. In simple terms, it moves your audience from cold to warm faster because you're able to establish more credibility. You build more trust with people because you're giving value, right? I've had people pay me $12,000 to up to $20,000 in just 24 hours after following me. How? They binged a bunch of my content the day they found me. Like sometimes it's like through the traffic, they heard me on a podcast of somebody's, they jump into my world, they start to binge my YouTube and my long form content, and then they instantly trust me within 24 hours because of the authority I established with them and the results that I gave them or the inspiration that I gave them through the content. YouTube becomes a bingeable platform that allows you to build a body of work, right? I've uploaded like 209 videos. I think this video is 210 maybe in the past couple of years. And so it gives new followers plenty of content to consume, right? So why YouTube works is bingeable content. People could consume hours of your content, getting to know you faster, and you can build trust with them faster. Authority building, right? Detailed videos like this position you as the expert in your field. And a content ecosystem. You can use your Facebook or your Instagram to drive traffic to your YouTube channel, right? And it creates a seamless flow of information and engagement. An example strategy here is post short or medium form content on your Facebook or your Instagram that teases your longer form YouTube videos, right? You can put this on your feed and in your stories. That's what I do. And then you could provide a link to your YouTube, or you can get people to respond to you. You can ask people to, to drop a comment, and then you could just DM them the link, whatever you want to do. YouTube videos, you want to regularly upload valuable in-depth videos that address your audience's pain points and showcase your expertise. Simple as that. So now let's move on to element 3. You want to grow your email list and leverage your email list. I send an email out pretty much every day. You don't necessarily have to start there. Really just 3 to 4 emails a week is solid. And this might sound kind of elementary, but someone who's made a lot of money on the internet, humbly speaking, and gratefully speaking, I can tell you that having an email list is crucial. Like, you don't own your Instagram followers, you don't own your Facebook followers, you don't own your subscribers. What you do own is your email list. And my email list has got me out of a lot of pinches in the last decade I've been in business. And so the simplest way to grow your email list is, number 1, just run monthly workshops, trainings, or masterclasses. Like, it's so easy. Like, that's one of the main ways that we've done it. But for long-term growth, you need to have a lead magnet. Like, have a link to your lead magnet everywhere. Put it in your bio on your Facebook or Instagram. You can have it in your cover image. You can have it on your YouTube videos, right? In the description. And make sure that it's valuable enough that people want to give you their email address for. So we have I just did an entire video on lead magnets, so you could scroll and you could check it out on my channel, where I show you how to create a valuable lead magnets. Definitely check it out, because the value is in the hook and the perception of it, but we're not going to dive into that today. So I just did a video on it. And so some effective email strategies is you want to promote your email list. Like, you can literally simply tell people about your email list and the results they can get from being on your list, right? So an example that I've done, I posted in my stories, like, hey, 5-6 days a week, I'm sending out emails giving value around how to build a 20 to 30K per month online coaching business. Drop a, or you could do a poll. I've done them where I've had people DM me, like, DM me if you want to be on my list, or I'll put a link in there for them to opt in for my list or whatever. There's many ways that you can promote your email list by letting them know what's in it for them if they subscribe to your list, right? And then, of course, we just said lead magnets. So you want to offer valuable resources like ebooks, checklists, workshops, trainings, all that stuff in exchange for emails. And so with email, the strategy is you want to email. I recommend to most people at least 3 to 4 times a week. And honestly, just like take your best content from your social channel and just promote it on your email list. That's it. You're just like sending that to your email list. Promote your YouTube videos, and you can, when you run workshops, send all the promotional content through your email list. You'll get way more people to do that, to register for stuff, to book calls with you, if you just consistently use your email, right? So how to implement this: include a call to action in all your social media profiles, directing your followers to join your email list. You can use your lead magnet strategically in your bio, as I just said, on your YouTube, wherever you're at. And so let's go ahead and kind of tie a bow into this. Let's bring this all together. So this content ecosystem, if you will, should look like this. You have your attraction, like, let's start with like attracting people, and that's going to be through your main social channel. So for example, your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, wherever you are. And this is going to be a mix of your short form content, client results, connection content, you sharing personal insights, and shifting people's beliefs, right? Stuff like that. So you want to drive traffic to your long form content on YouTube from your social channel, right? And then you have what I call nurture. So this is going to be like your longer form content, your workshops or master classes that you do monthly, and then your weekly YouTube videos. So YouTube, your long form content, builds trust and credibility with people and authority within your audience. And so you want to create this ecosystem where your social channel and your YouTube work in tandem together. And then number 3 is convert. All right, so we've attract on your social channel, we nurture with your workshops and your YouTube, and then we convert with your email list. So our email list has by far been our best conversion mechanism. We just promote our best content and include call to actions like at the end, and we'll use our lead magnets to grow our list consistently. It's as simple as that. So this content ecosystem has allowed me to enroll, as I mentioned, across the board over 472 clients online, 198 in the last couple of years, and minimum usually like 5, 10, sometimes $20,000 a pop, and it's crazy. So some final thoughts on here for you is simple scales, fancy fails. It's easy to overlook the simple things. It's easy to overcomplicate stuff, but often it's these basics, it's these fundamentals that we're not doing consistently that can literally bring you incredible results. And so remember, simple scales, fancy scales, fancy fails. I was going to say fancy scales. No, simple scales, complicated and fancy fails. So take a look at your current strategy. Where could you put more emphasis today? Like, maybe you need to start simply posting more, or maybe you need to start posting 1 to 2 YouTube videos. Maybe you need to start running more long form workshops for people. Perhaps you need to focus on creating more just long form content in general to move leads from cold to warm. Or maybe it's time to really start leveraging that email list and start to build that email list, right? Just pick one thing to focus on and implement this content ecosystem, right? Your social channel, your YouTube, and your email. And watch the resistance fall away as you move your dream clients from cold to warm to hot. Acquiring clients will start to feel more effortless if you start to do these things. And so some action steps for you. Choose your primary social channel if you haven't, and focus 99% of your efforts here. Develop a traffic strategy there, right? So use both organic, collab, if you're starting out, and then once you have some momentum, you can add in paid methods to grow your audience, and then create long form content. So very simply, you could start just using YouTube to build trust and authority. That's it. Really simple. Just create like 1 to 2 videos a week, and grow and engage your email list, right? So promote your best content to your email list, and just provide value to them. And you'll see that people continue to open. And when you have offers, they will book calls and they will buy things from you, right? So by implementing these strategies, you can make client acquisition feel more effortless, and you can enjoy growth and not have to struggle, not have to feel burnout. Okay. And so the kind of crux to all of this, as we're wrapping up, is your messaging. Your messaging is the 5% that will produce 95% of your results when it comes to your content. So if you're saying the wrong words in the wrong way a million times, you're not like, sales is going to be hard. Getting leads is going to be hard. But if you say the right thing in the right way to the right people, sales will feel more effortless. And so if you're out there doing content and all that stuff, and it's just not working for you, it's because of your messaging. Now, I have a workshop that's going to be coming up on what I call magic messaging. How to say the right words in the right way to the right people so that you can get more of the right people to engage with your content and to respond to your call to actions and to join your workshops and to watch your stuff. So if you want more information on that, just let me know down in the comments below. Just say info and I'll be able to connect with you and be able to hook you up. And as we get the links ready for this workshop, I will definitely put it in the descriptions of this video. All right. So if you found this video helpful, I would love to hear drop any insights that you had or any questions that you have in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for the channel for more tips and strategies on how to grow your business. I'll see you in the next video. Remember this, your message matters. Don't be afraid to speak it. Be seen, be heard, and be impactful.